Hi, my name is Zoe, and this is my dog Miso. A year ago, I decided to move to the countryside of Japan to pursue my dream of becoming a full-time artist. Here are snippets of my day-to-day life. I hope you enjoy. 이겨! 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 Miso hates the rain, so she doesn't want to go for a walk. Uh-oh. No walkies for her today. Look what I got. Hey. She loves this. Okay. Miso. 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 Oh, sorry. Hey. I get you. This is literally her favorite thing in the world. It is a cow's hoof. And yeah, because it's raining today, thought I better give her a little toy that she can amuse herself with while I'm doing my work. It's Tuesday morning here now, and I am ready to continue sewing the pants. Had an awesome sleep and I feel super refreshed and recharged yesterday, so that is good because I was so tired yesterday. The bobbin thread ran out just as I finished doing these little drawstring holes. That never happens. That's so good. And the best part is I just have to hem the pants and do the waistband. So I've got a full bobbin and I definitely know it's not going to run out because you always forget to check before you start sewing the waistband, and then it runs out halfway through and it's just like... So here is what I have so far for my pants. So close to being finished. Oh, and look at that beautiful waistband. Looks so good. And yeah, inseam pockets. Everything is ready to roll. So it's 11:30 now and I have finished these as much as I can. I've just realized that I don't have any material for the drawstring, so I might have to go and get something for that, but I've basically finished everything except for putting the drawstring in and the little patch pocket. So this is what they look like. Super excited about these. It's very crazy and misty at the moment. And yeah, we didn't get to take Miso for a walk in the morning because she hates the rain, but it's finally stopped raining and I think she has decided to escape from the house. I could hear her playing with the cow's hoof up until about 30 minutes ago, so I think she must have figured out a way to escape again. So I'm just going around with some treats and the cow hoofs, and hopefully we can find her. I just found her. I just came along this street and was calling her name. And sure enough, I had the bag of treats that looked like they have a meat treat in it. So she came straight away. So super good news. How was your little adventure by yourself, eh? Did you have fun? Now we finally get to go on our little walk together. So, こっちだよ。こっちこっち。おいでね。もう行くよ。No. Today is a very special day because we are firing the wood kiln. So the wood kiln will continue until tomorrow night, and then just have to wait for it to cool down. It takes about 3 days for the entire firing, and I actually have some buttons inside it this time. I'm attempting to make them in the chino style, but I have never ever done it before, so they could be a complete failure. Happiness. He's so camera shy. So love it when she comes and snuggles with me. Literally highlight of my day. So cute. Anyway, I have had a pretty long day today. I ended up helping out over at the kiln site and I'm pretty knackered. I have literally just come and laid in my bed since I got home and I haven't moved for the last 2 hours. So yeah, it's just been really nice just having some downtime with Miso, but I think I'm gonna call it a night. There's just a few hours left of the wood kiln and I have made a special moussaka tonight for everyone, and yeah, it's probably their first time trying moussaka. It's one of my favourite dishes, so I hope they like it. I've just finished rinsing out all the fabric strips. They are washing up now, so I'll be excited to see how the colours turn out. Hopefully they worked. Today is the day after the kiln party and I just had the best sleep ever. We ended up going to the public bath, so always good news for that. Today's task is basically just weaving the pocket, making the drawstring, and then closing up the waistband for those pants. And I also need to go to the city hall to get some documents for my visa. I'm just here at the moment taking Miso on her morning walk. If anyone is wondering about my visa, I'm here on a spouse visa, so yes, my husband is Japanese and that is why it makes it super easy for me to live here whenever I want to. My feet have been super frozen all day, so I've decided to give a little ginger foot bath a go. Here we go. Oh, it's so good already. So apparently the trick with the foot bath is to have it up to your ankles, so have your ankles covered and soak for about 15 to 20 minutes. I set the timer for 20 minutes and I just started to feel a little bit hot and warm, like in a really nice hug from the inside kind of way. So I wanted to check how long it's been. It was at like 9 minutes 30. So I reckon, yeah, this is definitely going to be an activity that I am doing throughout the winter, especially when you get your period and stuff. One of my neighbours, she does this Lao Tzu method of healing that she went and learnt off of a doctor for about 10 years. And she said that if you take a foot bath every morning when you have your period, if you get period pain, it's meant to kind of like subdue the pain. So Yeah, even if you don't have a period, apparently this is really good if you are going through menopause as well, which is what I saw a reel on last night on Instagram, which is what inspired the ginger foot bath. It's currently 2 days after I made the last video. All I will say is never underestimate the power of Japanese paperwork. It took me the last 2 days to get everything sorted for my visa, so I haven't been able to continue along with anything. I've finally posted off the last pieces of paperwork that they requested, so hopefully that is it and I won't have to do that again for at least another year, but who knows. For the rest of today, I am just going to focus on finishing off the pocket for the pants. I ended up buying a drawstring and some red wool because I wanted to have a bit of textural difference to all the scraps like I did in my last example pocket that I will put here. This pocket here is the original pair of sample easy pants that I made. And yeah, this is the other one. So yeah, this is kind of the inspiration and what it will roughly look like. This is my pocket woven and ready to go. So now I just need to sew it to a piece of fabric to keep it stable, and then obviously turning it into a proper pocket. Just finished weaving it. It took a little bit to get into this one actually, but I finally got to a bit that I like, so I'll just do some close-up details. Kind of what it looks like. I've just finished making the patch pocket for the pants and it's now in the washing machine, getting rid of that extra colour bleeding. I'm just having a little tea break here now before I start making my kimchi. For today's little snack, I've got these little chocky bickies and of course my old faithful English breakfast with a dash of milk. Here are the cabbages that I bought yesterday for kimchi. They are all locally grown and they were only $3 or 324 yen each. So not too bad. I'm hoping that this batch will last me a couple of months. So the first step of making kimchi is to make sure that this base is pretty much cut off and to then cut the cabbage in half. And then you can just gently rip the rest apart, and then I just want to put like a slit so that it will be easier to tear later. Cool, so there is the first step done. The next step I am just going to wash with water, and then we can start adding the salt in between the leaves and then leave them to soak. It really helps if you pre-wet the cabbage leaves so that the salt can kind of soak into it quicker and easier. The next step is to salt the cabbage, so I'm literally just going to grab this and go bang 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 all between the like little layers of leaves here. So like literally just gonna go. And sprinkle it. Doesn't have to be perfect. It is gonna soak. Alright, there's one finished. So I'm gonna put it like that so I don't get confused. And now I am just gonna make my way through the rest of these beautiful cabbage heads. And that is the end of that. I've just finished salting them. Now I just need to continue to flip them over every 30 minutes so that they start to break down with the salt brine. And then basically I'm actually going to leave these until tomorrow. Making kimchi is a very big task and I just can't really be bothered doing it all. So the great thing about this is that I can just leave them to salt overnight and then continue doing the porridge and all of the other stuff tomorrow. Making the porridge now. Now it's time to prepare all of the vegetables too. Garlic and ginger. Next is prepping these vegetables. Try out this little tool, see if it makes my life easier for doing the julienne. So good. So fast and easy that thing was. That honestly just took about 3 hours work to 3 minutes. So freaking amazing. $2 at Daiso. Winning. Also, my neighbor just gave me these beautiful daikons from her garden. So I'm actually gonna just take the tops off and I'm gonna wash and cut them and put them into the little porridge mix. It's my beautiful chives. We're gonna go. Bottom part is these little salted shrimps because they will give it the deep umami flavor. Get 1/4 cup. Now personally I don't like fish or seafood very much, so I like to mince these up super fine so that the taste is pretty much undetectable and it just gives it a really nice deep flavor. I can eat fish as long as it doesn't taste too fishy. So there's my 1/4 cup. Just squeezed all the water out. And now it is time to mince these up. Next we are finally gonna mix up the porridge. Shrimp in, fish sauce, now that the chili is involved, I'm not taking any chances with chili burns. So I'm gonna wash these first. I'm just gonna let the leaves kind of drain for a little bit. They seem to have a lot of water trapped in there after washing them. You wanna do this one? 이럴까? And now time to mix it in with my porridge. Now, first thing is first to put something over this white shirt, or I am just gonna be covered in kimchi. Me and red foods just do not agree, but I love white clothes so much. So, ta-da! Exhibit A. We are covered and ready to go. This is exactly why I cannot wear white while I do this. Look at that. I mean, how did that even get there? And there we have our 3 cabbage heads. So I have 2 pretty big tubs. It is about twice as much as I made last time. So hopefully it'll last us about 2 or 3 months. When it's a good batch, I do tend to eat it super fast because it's super delicious. But yeah, I love making kimchi. I honestly am not a huge raw salad or raw vegetables girl, so anything that I do raw is usually fermented, and yeah, fermented stuff is just super good for your gut, so all about that. I usually just let my kimchi ferment for 3 days and then I like to put it in the fridge. Yeah, and then in about 2 to 3 weeks it starts tasting really good. So that is kimchi. And here we have the completed pocket. It actually turned out really well. Miso's coming to check it out now too. Miso! I've just gotten the buttons back from the wood fire kiln and oh my god, check out these results. They turned out so good. Look at that. So beautiful, even on the back. They have that bit of a white, a bit of red kind of look. So the chino look did work out, and I'm actually going to make a chino style jacket out of these. So stay tuned for another episode because that is what kind of inspired these buttons to be made.